to another episode in the depression series. And this area again is body and somatic check ins, listening to my body. That is so important. This is, in fact, the very first step that I try to help kids or even kids with when they first come in to see me as a therapist so that we can start just working on the basics. We're going to locate feelings physically in this episode. Again, it's noticing where, being aware, right, of where our emotions show up in our body is so very important because our bodies are always telling us something. Um, if you think about it, you have the basic physical sensations of you need to use the bathroom, or you're thirsty, or you're hungry. But our body goes way deeper than that into the emotions and the trauma that we've stored in our body, um, or just sometimes things that we're unaware of, I think, sometimes. And really understanding where emotions show up in our body is the first step in stopping the process to our overreactions that we all tend to do sometimes, some more so than others, of course. And so our body is an emotional map for us. Most of us are taught to think of emotions as something that happens only in our mind. But the truth is, emotions are a full body experience. So anxiety might live in your chest, sadness might sink into your shoulders, anger might show up in heat in your face or tension in your jaw. When depression takes hold, you might lose awareness of these sensations, or you might feel them so strongly that you become really overwhelmed. And in this episode, we'll explore how to locate emotions in the body so you can understand them better and respond with care. So, what are some common body emotion connections? Because sometimes we don't understand this, and of course, remember they look different for everybody, or they can look the same for some people as well. So, usually, when you've got anxiety, you've got some tight chest, you have a rapid heartbeat, you have shaky hands, maybe restless legs, and of course, if we have panic attacks, all of these will just increase in intensity for us. Sadness, heaviness in the chest, dropped posture, watery eyes, slow breathing. Anger, we could have clenched fists, tense jaw, we could have some heat in the neck and in the head. Shame, we can have hunched shoulders, lowered gaze, maybe a tight stomach. So these patterns are quite common, but really your own map is unique. And learning it is you're going to be your key. And so here's a prompt for you. Next time you notice a feeling, ask, where in my body is this showing up? And of course, if we're having a hard time, like even doing that, because we're just overreacting and not understanding, you can try this exercise when you're not feeling really any emotion except calm. Find out where you feel that in your body. You can do this exercise for when you wake up in the morning. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tired and groggy. Okay, where am I feeling that in my body? And of course, we can pick apart an episode or an issue that occurred, right? If we overreacted because we had some anxiety about a situation, well, we already overreacted. We cannot change that situation. We can try to change the future ones, and we do that by taking the time to dissect what occurred and what did we feel, what happened before, what triggered it, what did the person say, where were we. There's all sorts of questions you can start asking yourself to understand where did this start, and how can I just put a little pin in it, I guess. Like put a little pin, like if it's a balloon, kind of put a little pressure on it. If you can think of it that way, to start really understanding where do I need to go from here, and then from here, and then from here. So where do we go next in this locating feelings physically? Well, what are the benefits of locating our emotions in the first place? Well, naming where emotion lives can do this for us. It can make it feel more tangible and less overwhelming, give you a physical focus point for grounding techniques, and help you notice early signs before your emotions peak. And this is especially powerful in depression, where emotions can feel vague or flattened. Or if you also have past trauma, where we've kind of disassociated really from our bodies totally, and we feel numb throughout our body, and we're not really feeling any emotions. So sometimes the first clue you're feeling anything is going to be a body sensation. So let's reframe here. I'm not lost in my feelings. I'm exploring where they live. Where do we go next in the locating feelings physically? Well, we're going to gently practice our body awareness. And so here we can do a hand over our heart breathing. So bring warmth and steady rhythm to the chest during anxiety or sadness. Progressive muscle relaxation, slowly tensing and releasing each muscle group to identify where you're holding tension. Temperature grounding. Use a warm drink, cool cloth, or shower to shift body sensations and bring relief. The goal isn't to erase the feeling, of course. It is meant to meet it where it is. And this is the part where you start using tools to kind of help you. After you've felt the sensation, you've noticed it, you know that you need to bring yourself down somehow, here's the spot where you would use these gentle practices for body awareness. And I would say have multiple tools, because you can't always use the same tool. Maybe you're in a meeting, maybe you're in a classroom, maybe you're in a situation where you can't just walk away and throw some cool water on your face, or drink a warm glass of milk or tea or coffee. So you have to have a few tools in your toolbox to be able to use, and sometimes one tool works and one tool doesn't work, and you kind of have to just understand that. And sometimes they work one time and not the other, so you kind of moving and finding new ones to use all the time. But this is where you use it to stop yourself, so you can take those deep breaths and react in the most appropriate way for the situation, instead of overreacting. So here's a tip for you. If an emotion feels too big, soften your focus and notice the space around the sensation. Here we are at the end, so let's recap and wrap up. Building your personal map. Over time, you will start to see patterns. Maybe grief always lives in your throat. Maybe stress starts in your shoulders before it hits your mood. This personal map becomes a tool for you, not just for managing depression, of course, but for understanding yourself on a deeper level. So in the next episode, we'll explore micro movements, how even the smallest physical shifts can release tension and create more space for emotional relief. So for now, try scanning your body once a day. And then this is the comment section, of course, where you get to comment on anything throughout this video that you would like to comment on. Body or somatic check-ins you do. Maybe you have some insight for somebody else who needs it, or maybe you're looking for insight yourself, and you can respond and comment to that as well. And really on any area of your life or any big emotion, of course. And if you're struggling to find something to comment on, try this question. Where is my feeling right now? Even if you're calm during this video, where are you feeling that calm at this moment, right? So if this video resonated with you today, take a deep breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in, and you're not alone on this journey. And do not have to do it all at once, of course. If you're feeling like this video so more people can find it. Subscribe for new content every day and every week. Tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. And of course, share this video with anyone that you feel might benefit from it. And so here's the part, if you're still here, where I talk about the journals I have created. These are to go hand in hand with these videos, just an extra help in how to get healthier behaviors and hopefully decrease those negative behaviors that we have. So there's an anxiety journal, a self-love, self-discovery, and self-discipline journal, and a beach theme journal. There'll be more journals to come. There's also a kid's book right now that talks about their bravery, their spark, and their courage. And of course, at the end, there's also worksheets for them to fill out They may need your help in doing so, but this will help them to start looking inside of themselves for their own courage, their own bravery, and their own spark, which will hopefully help them when they go through hard times to remember they have what they need on the inside to really help them through it. Once again, thank you for watching this video, and hope you have a great day.